right. Let me get the chat up. And we can talk about this because a lot of people are concerned. A lot of people are concerned about what's going on here on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. A lot of people are worried. Let's see, where are we? I never know what's going on. I never know what's going on. The world is a mystery. Yeah, all right, let's get a few people in here. Let's get a few people in here. Hi. Hello. Hello. Oh, you know what we'll do while people are coming in here? Let's go old-fashioned. Let's go old-fashioned. Let's do things old school. Let's do things old school. What say you? You know, it's just one of those days. My bomb shelter is pretty nice. I took Dwight Eisenhower's advice. It's full of things I like. A stationary bike, powdered milk, Slim Jims and rice. It's not as if I asked my spouse to excavate beneath our house. She told me it was silly. She said, now come on really. There's only so much she allows, and it's a shame. Cause when the bombs are exploding, you'll all be freeloading, but I'm prepared, you see. With a mushroom of blooming, there's just enough room in my bomb shelter for me and maybe my cat. What do you think of that? My bomb shelter has bonsai trees, a generator with DVDs, but it's only one man's size. So while you're vaporized, I'll enjoy its amenities. My bomb shelter is mine, all mine. So I don't wanna hear you whine. It won't seem so dumb when the zombies come and I'm watching what's mine. Let's see if you're cocky when it's Nagasaki outside in your little town. You'll absorb radiation while I'm on vacation 25 feet underground. I'll be drinking milk. Hi everyone. Do we have enough people in here now? When you are asleep, that's when I creep and I lick all the butter in your fridge. When you are not awake, I unwrap your Land O'Lake and I lick all the pie in your fridge. The butter in your fridge. The butter in your fridge. So have some parquet, it contains my DNA from when I licked all the butter off your mom. And have a pat, a blue bonnet, I practically spat upon it when I licked all the butter in your fridge. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us. world will live as one. How deep is your soul? All right, okay, let's go. I'm pointing a camera at an iPad, and just making sweet, sweet love with each other. Thank you for $5. It's been a while. LOL. I was saving money, not spending it on your live streams. LMAO. Now I'm doing the dumb shit again. Well, glad to have you here. Hello, hello. All right. Star Wars fan theory. Oh, first of all, before we do anything else, a lot of people are expressing deep concern. A lot of people are hitting me with deep concern. They're worried about something. They're worried about something on my channel. Now, listen, you have every right to be suspicious. You have every right to be concerned. Every right to be concerned. Why? Why would this happen to me, you ask? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why this would happen when you're just trying to watch one of my videos. Why would this happen? Why would this happen? What is this? The following content has been identified by the YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. Cancel or confirm. Yeah. Look at that yellow. By the way, that's what it looks like when you've been demonetized. Nice yellow dollar sign. That means we ain't giving you no money. Why? Why? I'll tell you why. I went back and I watched the video. I talk about Luke Skywalker eating poop. All right. Now, people are concerned about it. It wasn't human poop. It wasn't human poop. That's not what I was saying. I was saying he was eating merc camel poop. Okay. That's number one. That's number one. Nuts says, that is gay. You might be the next Alex Jones. Well, I don't think so. I don't think it's anything like that. And thanks for $2. I do love your channel. I just hate spending money. Oh, cheers, my brother. I know how it is. I know how it feels. Yeah, I've been demonized. Demonized and demonetized. It is very, very shocking. So anyway, that's the reason why I think also I called the director of Star Wars Episode 9 the JJ, and that's just not yeah, that's not the right thing to do. I mean, you don't call him, you call him JJ. You don't call him Bud JJ. I mean, that's so people need to be concerned. Fight it. They already reviewed it. I looked it up on my creator studio, and it's like, no, it was hand reviewed, and it was considered to be very controversial. So I'm trying to find that line. I actually looked it up. I said, well, what are the things that you're not allowed to do? Well, you're not allowed to use cartoon or fictional characters in a demeaning way. That's shocking to me. That's actually shocking to me. Yeah, like I didn't know you couldn't do that. I didn't know you couldn't talk about Luke Skywalker eating poop. I didn't know that you couldn't call him Cuck Soy Walker, but you can't. You can't call him that. You can't call him that. John Robertson's theory is that Nurkish reported me. Well, that is a good theory. I believe that might be, yeah, I think that might be true. Yeah, hand reviewed. Somebody, well, I don't know how it works. Do you think people, Cuck Soy Walker. That's all I said. How bad is that? It's not so bad. Nicholas Glenn, thanks for $1.99. I wish you used Streamlabs so you got all my monies. Yeah, me too. Maybe I'll use Streamlabs. I like my YouTube channel. I like this. I really do like my YouTube channel. I have no reason to quit. But this was me. Like, seriously, when I saw that it said that, hey, this is adult content, I went, oh my God, this was me, literally, like, except, a man. I was like, like, it's not porn. I've warned you guys a million times that, everything that I look at, I anticipate that it's porn. And I'm cautious. I'm cautious about porn. So when they say, oh yeah, this is adult content, I am deeply, deeply concerned. Phil Devereaux, thanks for $5. Dead Milkman style cover of The Last Piece of George, let me know. Phil, does that mean you want to perform it? Yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Perform Dead Milkman cover of The Last Piece of George. Now listen, right now, the best cover version was a recent cover version of Butter on acoustic guitar. It was disturbing. It was weird. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and do it. I would love to hear it. Kendall Navstar says, I'm not the man they think I am at home. He's a rocket man. He is a rocket man. Pill Mayer, thanks for $2. Why use GoFundMe instead of Indiegogo for Jeremy? Well, Indiegogo, don't you have to? First of all, GoFundMe is a part of Indiegogo. It's the same company. GoFundMe is for when there's no product. Indiegogo is me saying, "Hey, I've got a comic book that you guys can buy. You help me, you fund it, you'll get something." For GoFundMe, you don't get anything. It's just you donating to charity, essentially. So that's why GoFundMe's good, and Jeremy's using it too. He did go ahead, and he got a lawyer. I think he got a lawyer today. He's this guy. I feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like everyone's dad, everyone's uncle, everyone's dad. This dude, he's like, yeah, man, I tried to get up out of bed, fucking blacked out, fell back down. I'm like, you have a concussion, dude. You have a concussion. Go to the doctor. Chris Seeley, thanks. He goes to the doctor, has his eye looked at. Chris Seeley, thanks for $5. Uncle Ethan, thanks for the stream. Here's some trebuchet money for you. Need to expand it to hold the YouTube stuff. Right now, I'm on YouTube side. Right now, I'm on YouTube side, man, and I don't want to trebuchet them as long as they're good to me. As long as they let me keep doing this. I understand. I looked at the rules. They said I can't say cuck soy walker. I can't have Luke Skywalker eating poop, and I probably can't call him Vajayjay. Not Vajayjay Abrams. Not good. Logan Michael 69 299. Thank you. Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees. Out of the two of them, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, the Halloween movies are stupid because here's why I don't like the Halloween movies. First of all, the first one's really boring. You guys are going to hate me for this, but like I watched the Riff Tracks version of Halloween a little while ago, and it confirmed everything that I already felt about the movie. I was like, this movie's boring. And not only that, like what is up with Michael Myers' doctor? It's like this guy, like, okay, so Michael Myers is a troubled kid. He's been through terrific trauma. It's caused him to become a psychopath. The doctors, so the doctor who has taken Michael Myers into his care, his analysis of Michael Myers' illness is he's evil. He's evil. Thank you, medical professional. He's evil. Is that what it is? All right, let's send you to the happy house as well. I'm just not a fan, but I liked, I like the character. Jason Voorhees better. I don't know. Gojirify says I missed your chat. How did I miss your chat? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely terrible. Well, let me find out. I know evil exists, but like doctors cannot, like a doctor should not go, well, what's wrong with you is that you're evil. Do you know what I mean? That's not what a doctor should do. Gojirify, thanks for $2. Save some butter for the Cecil foursome. Ew, yeah, that's gonna be good. That comic book is gonna be really, really good, really good. I'm looking forward to it, and they're excited about it. Those guys are actually legitimately excited. I thought they'd be all like ironic about it and soy based, like too cool to do this comic book. No, they're into it. The thing about Comicsgate is we don't want soy based irony. We want you to actually want to do your comic book. And those guys are into it. Like they're fully into it. Don't let them fool you. They're very excited about it. Nicholas Glenn, thanks for $4.99. Streamlabs works with your live stream YouTube channel. You don't have to leave your YouTube channel. It saves the donator money, and you get the full donation. I'll look it up, Nicholas Glenn. I think I've heard people talking about it before, but I mean, it's I'd rather, I'd rather if there's a way to save me 30%. I mean, my God, of course. Droids Lives Matter, thanks for the $2 donation. I do appreciate you. It is. Strange stuff is going on. Mundane Matt versus Cecil. Really? Yeah. I would like to see that. I haven't heard from Mundane Matt in a while, so I am trying to watch his video. Chuck Graham says, point is he is not classed as anything diagnosed. He's so fucked he is evil. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. Like, is he supernaturally possessed by the devil? In which case, let's get a priest and not a doctor in there, Winston Smith says if he starts bad-mouthing the Thing, it's war. No, the Thing is good. The Thing is good. The shape from Halloween is evil. Evil. Yeah, but would his doctor ever say that? I don't know if his doctor would say that. First of all, I do want to say one thing to you guys. I wanna make one thing clear to you. I went to Walmart today, and if you're following my Twitter, Pie Stain Panty says F Pie. Yeah. If you're following my Twitter, you already know this, but I will tell you. Uh, this is where we were. Okay. So we're at the Walmart. This is the kind of pie that I wanted. Here it is. Oh, the other thing is I actually took a long walk today with Andrea. Um, yeah, so we woke up and I kind of thought about it last night. I was thinking about how I was getting dissed for getting fat, and people were like, "You got to exercise." Let me tell you something. Doug Tenaple, he took me aside. He's just like, "Yeah, this is the kind of friend Doug Tenaple is, Earthworm Jim creator." He goes, "Hey, are you getting enough exercise?" Oh no. I'm like, no, I'm too busy working. Like all I do is work. I'm not getting to the gym lately. All I'm doing is drawing frogs. It's you're right though. You're right. I should probably take some time off from drawing and just make sure I get my exercise every single day. And then so that's fine. And then the next thing he says to me is, "How are you going to make your deadline for this? How are you going to how are you going to get your frog book done in time to ship in November?" I'm like, you, uh, dude, you just freaked me out about my health and how I'm working too hard on Cyberfrog and not getting enough exercise. And then the next thing out of your mouth is, uh, you have to work harder on Cyberfrog. What the, what the, uh, hey, Jason Voorhees, thanks for $2. Thanks, EVS. Michael's a whiny little ch, bitch. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree with you. There aren't, you know what? There aren't any. Here's one thing that's true. Okay, there are zero good Friday the 13th movies, like legitimately good Friday the 13th movies. So anyway, today I woke up. I was thinking about Doug Tenaple and how everybody's making fun of me, and I said to Andrea, I said, "Hey, let's get Ava in the stroller." I was like, "And what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk." Now, 3 miles away from the house is what's it called? Not a TJ Maxx. One of the other. I can't remember what it's called. It begins with an M. One of those stores that's like TJ Maxx. It's 3 miles away. And Andrea was like, "I want to get it's starting to feel a little bit like autumn, so I want to get an autumn-based candle in the house." I said, "All right, let's go get a candle." So we woke up. We got Ava in the stroller, and we walked 3 miles and back to Marshalls. Thank you, Marshalls, and got a candle. So I mean, here's the thing about walking together. Just taking a nice walk. First of all, it was great. It felt great. And the other thing is, you need to have a destination. So it's like, hey, we're gonna walk to Marshalls. We're gonna buy a candle. We'll put it in the bottom of the stroller, and we'll walk back, and that'll be good exercise. Uh, yeah, it was. And yeah, Matt V says, "Bro, it was 90 degrees today." Well, it was later, but when we went out, it was like 10 a.m. and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. We had a good time. We're wearing shorts. We got Ava. Ava got a little bit of sunshine, which was nice. Brought water bottles, and we just enjoyed the walk. When we got home, by the time we got home, we felt like we got some exercise. We were like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Hey, what would you say when we got to the corner before the house?" I said, "What would you say if I said we're gonna walk past this corner and keep walking to the post office?" She's like, "That's it. I'd say see ya, and I'd go home." I was like, "Okay." So basically, we're done. All right. So that was the exercise. Then we had to go. I got the piano upstairs tuned. It sounds good. And then we went out to Walmart to get some super glue to fix the piano because some of the ivory keys are coming off. I passed these pies. This is a long way of me saying I passed these pies. I took a picture of these pies. This was the pie that I defeated last time. This was the pie that I defeated last time. Didn't get it. I wanted to get it. I put it away. And I took a picture of it and I just put hashtag walk away. Hashtag walk away from the pie. Didn't buy it. I didn't buy this pie. I didn't buy this pie at all. So don't worry about it. This was my shopping cart today. All right. I did end up eating the candle. I didn't. I know it's pinography. I know it's pino, but it's. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. This is my shopping cart. Look at this. Got some nice butter lettuce. I don't know what this is. Some kind of kale, leafy green, pineapple, two watermelons. Uh, Yeah. Why is it sad? It's not sad. These watermelons are good. You can. Here's the thing about watermelon when you're dieting. You can go on and you can cut this up like in half, and you can just like eat a lot of watermelon. You can eat as much watermelon as you want, and it's good. Yeah. I know you guys are going to continue to make fun of me. I understand that, but I want you to know. Uh, I want you to know. I am losing the weight. I am losing the weight. Klein Dropper, thanks for $2. Less watermelon, more bacon and eggs for keto. Well, I'm not. First of all, I have hard boiled eggs every morning for breakfast. I have three of them, three hard boiled eggs. That's all I need. And then mostly what you need during the day is greens, leafy greens. I have chicken. I just had some chicken for dinner. Andrea went out and she put some chicken on the grill. It was good. It was great. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just wanted to tell you guys, look, I know you're concerned. I know you're all concerned. Either that or you're just making fun of me for no reason. But I'd like to think that you're legitimately concerned. I know Narkish is not legitimately concerned. Oh, by the way, you want to see Salamandroid? Look at this. Let me zoom in. Look at this Salamandroid. You can't even tell me that's not awesome. I know you can see me. Hi. Yeah. I mean, look at this digital. You can see. Hi. How you doing? Digital Salamandroid. The guy that's doing this is amazing. He's fantastic. That looks just like Salamandroid. I have no complaints at all. Awesome. Who's the fat guy behind Salamandroid? See, I mean, that's the thing. I just have to keep all those words in my head. I have to keep all those words in my head and just remember to get healthy so that people stop calling me a bald fat guy behind Salamandroid. Yeah, that's a digital makeup for a toy. Get ready. Are you guys excited? Someone is about to eat Salamandroid. All right, look. How is Clayformer's sculpt coming along? I haven't seen anything from Clayformer in quite a while. So it's actually a good question. Alama Giganti says fat shaming works. Yeah, I think so. Crazy Maynard 2003 says you'll always be bald though. No, not necessarily. Not if I get the hair plug transplant thing. I mean, that's the thing. Separista says just commit to lifting after Cyberfrog EVS. No, I'm never gonna stop drawing though. I mean, this is the problem. After I'm done Cyberfrog, you know what I'm doing next? I got to jump immediately to Rainbow Brute. I got to do Rainbow Brute. That's got to get done ASAP. Michael says nose will always be big though. No, not. What if I get a nose job? What if I get a nose job? Yeah. And then what will you say? You'll have nothing to say. All right. Yeah. Ray's mouth is huge. Wow. This YouTube thing has given EVS a new zest for life, says Dom Casey. It's funny. Nose job might change my voice. All right, don't get a nose job. Nose job or haha nose job house soy based. All right, so people are saying no man nose job's gay. Don't get a nose job, Caesar. We would all need to change the coins. That's right. My image on the coin of the realm would have to be changed. Yeah. She does have a big mouth, doesn't she? It is weird. Okay, look. Enough of this. Enough self-improvement for one day. Anybody want to go see Charlie Puth? Does anybody want to go see Charlie Puth with me at Honda backstage via Uprocks? Charlie Puth. All right, look. Here's the thing. People have been saying that, and stupid people, and I already said this. I already said that this was a dumb theory, and Uprocks. I think Uprocks is the page that perpetrated this theory. Stupid. This guy's name is Josh Kerp, by the way. Josh Kerp. Listen. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. That is a cool name. Josh Kerp is not a cool name. Charlie Puth is not a cool name. That Star Wars fan theory about Rey's parents in The Last Jedi has been debunked. No, it hasn't. It's just that you realized it was stupid. These people said that Rey's mom and dad were Qi'ra and Han Solo. How could it be? How could it be Qi'ra and Han Solo? First of all, she's about the same age as Kylo Ren, about the same age. Uh, what was all right? Let me read the article. This is why it's stupid, and I already told you guys this. Alec Munoz says, $1.99. Who's bigger, you or Cecil? Cecil's way bigger than me. Cecil, it's not even a question. Cecil is way bigger than me. If you saw me in person, you'd be like, what are they talking about? And I'd be like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just Nurkish bustin' bulls. It's Nurkish bustin' bulls. I'm not saying I shouldn't lose 40 or 50 pounds. I should. But big deal. Indie Defense says, my girthy waistline. Cecil is muscle, though. No, he isn't. Cecil is not 7'10". Cecil is like 4'3". Go Jerified, thanks for $2. She'd be 55 years old. Yeah. Well, I mean, what if they got back together again? Like, what if she showed up later and he found Queera again? You know what I mean? Shadow Z says Ray's dad is Chewbacca with that mouth. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Hank Solo says predictions for 2019: EVS will win pie glugging nationals. And GoFundMe for EVS to get hair plugs will appear. This is all ridiculous. None of that's real. That's not based on anything in reality. John Piner says, is Rainbow Brute made after Cecil, Uncle Ethan? No, not. No, Rainbow Brute is tough and masculine. What do you mean? Of course not. Of course not. Michael says, Ethan's nose adds another 35 pounds. Oh, my God. Red Syrup, EVS, all Americans are fat. If you lose weight, you lose your citizenship. All right, well, I mean, that is cool. People are saying Rainbow Brute is made after Kyle Ritter. That is closer to true. Rainbow Brute does look a little bit like Kyle Ritter, actually, in actual fact. And I didn't mean to. Kyle Ritter just happens to look just like what I think Rainbow Brute would look like. And I didn't even know. I forgot what Kyle looked like. I only met him like twice in my life. I forgot his face. And then I designed Rainbow Brute, and then Kyle Ritter came back into my life. Yeah. I was like, whoops. All right. Star Wars The Force Awakens set up Rey's parents as a huge mystery. She's a Skywalker. She's the daughter of a Sith Lord. She's actually Nien Num's seventh cousin. That is probably true. I can picture that. Oh, yeah. Only for The Last Jedi to reveal that her mom and dad were filthy junk traders who sold her for drinking money. Somebody got ripped off then. They're dead in a pauper's grave in the Jakku desert. You've come from nothing. You are nothing. Geek Chorus, thanks for $5. Sent chat to Jeff to show B.A. Orange's secret caps message in his article, but he read the first word of each sentence instead and didn't get it. Well, I mean, look, I wouldn't have got it either if somebody didn't let me know. I got a nice message from someone who's like, hey, by the way, yeah. Matt V says, who the fuck is Nien Num? That's a good question. He is an Asian stereotype character. He's got big, wet flaps on either side of his face, and he's one of Lando Calrissian's friends. His face looks like porn. It really does. It's disgusting. And yeah, he's got a stupid hair. Does he have hair? Doesn't he have hair on, like a little patch of hair on his head? It's disgusting. He's a disgusting character. Yeah, Byron Orpheus says he's a labia face. That's correct. It's disgusting. No, he's not a squid man. He's not a squid man. That's someone else. Somebody says he's a Mexican alien stereotype. All right, that's interesting. Maybe. Jedi Rider, thanks for $2. The dumbest theory I've seen is Raylo. Well, this is even dumber. Okay, so, all right. Kylo Ren tells Rey, but because Kylo is a bad guy, and bad guys are lying liars who lie, like SJWs, there's still the possibility that he was, well, lying. The fan theory being passed around this week from Film Threat, and it sucks. Film Threat sucks. F you, Film Threat. at least, which claims Rey's parents are Han Solo and Qi'ra, the character played by Emilia Clarke in Solo, a Soy War story. If Han and Qi'ra are Rey's parents, that means Rey and Kylo Ren are half siblings, sort of mirroring Luke and Leia's relationship. Plus, this would mean, so what do you mean, sort of mirroring Luke and Leia's relationship? They're flat out siblings. That's stupid. This would mean Kylo and Rey both come from the same father and a mother who's connected with the opposite side of the Force. Rey, light side, Qi'ra, dark side. Kylo, dark side. Leia, light side. Via. No, I'm not buying it either. There's only one problem with this theory. It's probably not true. That is a problem. That is a problem. Up rocks. I don't understand who writes these articles. I don't. Hey, I'm a journalist for uprocks.com. Are you kidding me? God, it just hurts. I'm actually rubbing my eye socket again. I get this pain in my eye socket when I read from these garbage tier websites. It's like a pounding ache. We can assume that Qi'ra would already have to be carrying Rey by the end of the events of Solo, considering it's unlikely she and Han got friendly in the biblical sense ever again. She does betray him after all. So what? Maybe Han Solo forgave her. Maybe he did. Solo takes place around 10 BBY before the Battle of Yavin, but Rey wasn't born until 15 ABY after the Battle of Yavin. Nicholas Glenn, thanks for $1.99. Are you using any of the Cyberfrog money for gastric bypass surgery? That's ridiculous. Of course not. Of course not. That's one long pregnancy. Either that or he and Qi'ra reunited years later while he was married to Leia Organa. Heath Lawrence, thanks for $2. Mark Hamill back in episode 9. Is he a masochist? No, he's under contract, Heath. He agreed to be in 3 of these dumb movies. Now, I think the first one he didn't mind. The second one obviously broke his spirit, as it was meant to do. This third one, he just doesn't, he's just doing it. He's trying to finish up. That's all he's trying to do. No big deal. Yeah, poor Luke. Poor Luke. It's awful. Mike S. Miller is Rose Tico's father. That's a good theory. No. I don't think so. I don't think Mike's old enough. He is kind of old. He's old enough. He is old enough. Somebody says, shut it, Nasser. Is Nasser in here? Mupti, thanks for $5. Wouldn't making Rey related to the Skywalkers be lazy writing? Plus, why would they put in any connections to the Solo film flop? They wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. And no, it wouldn't be lazy writing to make Rey Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade's kid. That just makes sense. They should do that. And they should do that. I hope they do that. Does Rey have a belly button? That could be the big clue, says Angel Miller. Interesting. Todd Torino wants to know who was Snoke. Maybe Snoke is Rey's dad. Don't know. Matt V says, EVS, I can proudly state that I've never seen The Last Jedi. Dom Casey says, Nasser is always hoovering and hovering. And I haven't seen him, though. I don't see him in here. Usually he's in here causing trouble. Anyone seen The Red Dead, says Morge Zorge. What's The Red Dead? Is that a communist zombie movie? Justin Miller says Mike Zero did this. Of course he did. Of course he did. Hey, it's Mike Zero. Let me see if I can do his voice. How does Mike Zero go? Yeah. Please click subscribe for more Star Wars content. Ring the bell so you never miss more Star Wars content. I can't do Mike Zero's voice, but I love Mike Zero. I'm starting to. I subscribed and I rang the bell, so I'm getting Mike Zero's videos now. But I don't watch them all. I just watch some of them. I seen a little Mike Zero with the like backwards baseball cap, the dartboard, and the he's very consistent. Ray Thulu, thanks for $2. High colonics are supposed to aid in weight loss. Yeah, well, they do temporarily, don't they? Like instantly, but no. Evan James, thanks for $1.99. EVS, I just wrote you a PM on Twitter. Please read. All right, should I read it to the class? That is probably not. Invite Nasser? No. I don't know if I need to do that. Hold on, I'm reading this. Evan, I'm reading this. Geek Course, thanks for $2. Sold Ray for drinking money and then flew away in a nice ship. That's the question. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Evan, I read your beautifully written private message. Psst, don't worry about it. I'm very secure. I'm okay. All right. Feel free to joke. It's fine, everyone. I have thick skin. Yeah. To go with my thick, THICC. All right, look. We can assume the queer. All right, so that's not true. This is not true. Here's why. Because he was married to Princess Leia, which would have made one of the most beloved, if also stupid, Star Wars characters an adulterer. I'm guessing family-friendly Disney might have something to say about that. Of course. Anthony, thanks for $10. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, which is owned by Google and any other social media group that promotes censorship, might as well come clean and say they're communist garbage. Please subscribe for future Star Wars content. That's right. I love that, Ethan Van Halen. Thank you for that. Future Star Wars content. I should say something similar to that. I never tell people to subscribe to my channel. Ever. And I should. I should do that at the end of all my videos. Subscribe. Wait, let me see how close I am to 72,000 and see if I need to do that. Yeah, I'm at 70. Well, yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm going to start telling people to subscribe. But the minute I tell people to do something, they do the opposite. So maybe I won't do that. Voorhees67, thanks for $2. All TCM movies are great. And no Friday the 13th films. Boo. Wait, what's TCM? Turner Classic Movies? And no good Friday the 13th films? Wait, what's TCM? What am I missing there? See, that's what I mean. You see, I see TCM and I go, oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, yes, 100% yes. Every single Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is good. Every single one. There are 0 good Friday the 13th movies, just objectively good. You might enjoy them. The first one's not bad. The first one is a cheap, Friday the 13th #1 is a cheapy Psycho ripoff that's Inside Out. It's Psycho, but Inside Out. Break All Day, thanks for $1.99. EVS better not be pie porn. I already showed you pie porn. I've already showed it to you. So Friday the 13th 1 is good. Everything, I mean, good in quotes, but I mean, everything that came after that is, I mean, it's just garbage. It's really, like, it's stupid. It's stupid. You can't tell me that. Bug in the Basement says, I'm too scared of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I don't blame you. They are really upsetting movies. I don't like The Hills Have Eyes. I don't like those movies at all. Those movies freak me out. Brad Norris, thanks for $10. The only thing I liked about The Last Jedi was that Rey's parents were no one. It's getting annoying that in a giant galaxy, everyone knows everyone else, and for some reason, everyone's related. Well, yeah, but, we're following the Skywalkers, so it just seems like that's the thing. Gem Video says Jason X is amazingly hilarious. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Got a funny feeling when she walked in the room. Where are my Texas Chainsaw movies? Oh man, I have the best horror movie collection ever. Hold on, I'm bringing you over here. There's no point in just making you wait. Come on over and let's go look. Oops. Okay. You still there? I hope so. I'm taking stuff out and on the ground. These are my horror movies. And somewhere in here, all right, watch that. Somewhere in here, I've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. There's my Hannibal Lecter movies. Those are all pretty bad, except for the first one. All right. Every single Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Yeah. Here we go. Planet of the Apes isn't horror, but it goes with horror for some reason. I can't explain it. Don't make me justify it. Yeah, Birdemic, everything. Is the back row mostly porn? No, there's zero porn. There's zero porn. All right, so this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1. Let me zoom out. Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1. This is an intensely disturbing movie. It is very, very upsetting when you watch it. It doesn't have a happy ending. There's Andrea back there. Hi, Andrea. All right, it doesn't have a happy ending at all. It is, yeah, it sucks. All right. It sucks. If you're looking to feel better about life, it sucks. But it's a good movie. It's just, yeah, it is a classic. This is 2. All right, who's in this? Someone good is in this. Viggo Mortensen's in this from Lord of the Rings. I guess that's it. It's good. It's good. And then here are 2 of them. These are 2 remakes that happen in a row, kind of. Oh, look at this. There are 3 of them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, Texas Chainsaw Massacre the beginning. Oh, so it is a double feature. Okay, it's just these 2 movies. They're both good. They're both good. And then this is the newest one. Okay, Texas Chainsaw. They're all good. They're just all different. It's not like you can watch them all in a row and you're watching a continuing story. They're just all. Matthew McConaughey's in it. Yeah. Do you have The Hills Have Pies? No, I don't have The Hills Have Pies. If The Hills Had Pies, that sounds like a Sound of Music kind of song. The Hills. No, it doesn't work. All right. Yeah. So I do like. I have to admit, all of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies are good. None of the Friday the 13th movies are good. That is the problem. Alex G, thanks for $5. You and McGregor had a line directed at Rey in episode 7. These are your first steps. Her being Obi-Wan's kid would nicely set up a McGregor Obi-Wan solo film. All right, interesting. James Gocknor says boring ass movies. Are they boring? They're boring? Yeah. I don't like torture movies. Those are the movies that I don't like. I don't like movies where Wolf's Creek, things like that, where people get captured and hunted down, like kids get hunted down and tortured and dismembered. I don't like that. I don't know why people like that stuff. KR Companion said, literally made just to kill teens and show boobs. Yeah. The Purge, I have a couple of Purge movies. They're okay. Steve Dye says, Ethan's sugar level is off. No, it's not. I feel great. I got exercise today. Hostel, no, I don't like Hostel. Cabin in the Woods, I do like because it's funny. Yeah, torture porn is disgusting, says Force User. It is. I liked, I have to admit, I liked Human Centipede, though. Human Centipede was pretty good. Like, it made you imagine things that you're not. It's like it was just a great movie. It was a funny, hilarious concept. I'm sorry. What do you mean, ew, what the it was great. It was awful, but it was, I don't know. My copy of Human Centipede is signed by everyone in it. It is. It's autographed by the entire cast. It is. Well, the trailer might be too much for you, but if you actually see the movie, you'll see that it isn't like that. It isn't actually like that. Colonel Comics, thanks for $2. John Carpenter's The Thing is the greatest of all time. Sierra Whiskey, $1.99. Anyone heard of Lone Star Heart of the Hero? No. Lone Star Heart of the Hero. Well, I'm going to do a Comicsgate live tonight. Bobo Vasquez says, you're just bragging now, Ethan. Yeah. Well, I am. I have a good comic book collection. Sarah Luke says, Ethan, shitting in mouths. Well, it's funny. I can't help that that's funny. That is a funny concept. I mean, it's awful. I've never seen Serbian film, but I do know what it is. I read a synopsis of it. That was enough for me. I will never subject myself to that. And then I tried to watch Human Centipede 2, and Human Centipede 2, you can't watch that. That is just like, Human Centipede 2 is an evil piece of garbage. Whoever made Human Centipede 2 is just a piece of garbage. I can't. It's really bad. Like it wasn't funny. It had no subtlety. It was disgusting. Uh, I've seen I Spit on Your Grave. Didn't like that either. No. Aliens was good. See, now you're talking about classy horror movies. Martin Landau selling autographed Ed Wood cover, says John Robertson. Well, I have it. I've got a bunch of things. I've got a bunch of things signed by Martin Landau, including Ed Wood. Yeah. I'm Not Tyler says, same writer director, EVS. Are you serious? I mean, there were two completely different voices. Human Centipede 2 was garbage. Human Centipede 1 was, it was what it was, but it didn't deliver. It only delivered what they were saying in your imagination. That was bad enough. But Human Centipede 2 just I mean, they didn't pull any punches. It was disgusting. And I'll never watch Human Centipede 3, ever. I'll never do it. Event Horizon's good. No, I've never seen Human Centipede 3. I'll never watch it. Blasted He says Psycho 2 is the best sequel ever. I've got the poster right behind me here. I've got the poster to Psycho 2. Psycho is my favorite movie of all time. It's my favorite movie of all time. So, Evil Dead is good. Cyberpunk versus Leatherface. I would draw that. I would totally draw that. Yeah. Nasser 13 says, how do you feel about the Scream movies? They're okay. And they're of the 90s. I never want to see them again. You know, I mean, they're all right. I like this. I like Scary Movie. The uh, parodies of the Scream movies. I like Scary Movies a lot better. I think I have all of those on Blu-ray. They were on sale for like $2 at Christmas, and I was like, yeah, I'll get those. Voorhees 67, $5. Turner Classics. Uh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 is good, 2 is fun, 3 and 4 are garbage. I disagree. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 03 is the best and scariest. Beginning's good. Last two films are so bad they're not in your collection. I thought I had all of them. Am I missing one? I might be missing one. The Changeling with George C. Scott is great. I have it. Yeah, I got it. Poltergeist 2 was good. I remember Poltergeist 2 when it came out. It was upsetting. I mean, it was really upsetting. Yeah, I'm missing Generations. I think I have it. I could be wrong. Uh, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That kind of thing. I mean, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That was in the '80s when the kids used to love that. We used to love stuff like that. That was when you'd go out and rent a VHS, and bring it home on a Friday night. My friend Jason, his parents were divorced. Most of the time, he stayed with his dad. His dad lived on my street in a haunted house. My friend Jason lived in a legit haunted house. I felt it. Like I knew that place was haunted, even though I don't believe in ghosts. Kid died in the attic. So, the house, nobody lived in the house on this street for a long time because the kid was locked in the attic all summer long. He died up there. His parents were arrested. The house was empty for like 11 years. All right. So, anyway, Jason's dad got the house at a bargain, at a real bargain. And, like it was just the greatest house. So we'd go over there all the time. Jason's dad was hip. Like this was like 1986 or so. And so Jason's dad would let us rent horror movies and he'd get us pizza and like Pathmark brand root beer. We were also poor. So we like uh he would get us the like pizza and root beer and we would watch like Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember seeing Nightmare on Elm Street over there and not being too afraid to go home. Um Is everything okay? I hear Andrea stomping around upstairs. Yeah. Anyway, that house. Can I tell you about the house? All right. So it was a tall, skinny, yellow house, and the attic was nailed shut. Like the door to the attic, it was just a door that was right next to Jason's bedroom, that was nailed shut. It was all boarded up, And one afternoon, one weekend, Jason's dad was like, "Hey, we're pulling." This was when they first moved into the house. He's like, "Hey, we're gonna pull the boards off the door, and we're gonna go upstairs. We'll see what's up there." So, and that was the reason why it was nailed shut, was that was where the kid died. You know, it was like 8 year old died up there, 8 to 10 years old. I can't remember. Everyone on the street knew about it. Everyone on the block knew about it. It was kind of like legend in that neighborhood. And he pulled the boards off the door and opened the door, and there was a like super narrow, way too tall staircase that went straight up. And it was something else. We all had, like, when you walk up the staircase, your shoulders. I mean, we were little kids, and our shoulders were brushing against both sides of the wall as we were walking up the stairs. Is this too? I won't tell you anymore. All right, I'm sorry. I won't. I won't. We'll move on. We'll move on. Back to Uprocks. I'm sorry. People are telling me it's scary. I don't want to scare anyone. One of the main themes of The Last Jedi hinges on the parents being nobody. Tell you? Are you sure? Uh, yeah, I wasn't a fat kid at all. At all. Jabba the Cuck says you're scaring everyone away. I don't want to scare people. All right, let me just. Yeah, I'm not somebody who wants to sit here and scare you guys. It's nighttime. Your Uncle Ethan knows you've got to go to bed pretty soon. Uh, all right, all right. It looks like most of you want me to tell you. Rax the Hero, thanks for $2. Gremlins is my favorite horror movie series. I like Gremlins. Gremlins is fun. All right. So anyway, we go up the narrow stairs, and there is a large flat uh, hardwood attic floor covered in dust, and one single window. Okay, picture the top of the house. If you were to look at the top of the house from the outside, it's just this narrow triangle, like a witch's hat, and there's one little window right in the center. This is an old house. It was built like in 1898 or something like that. One little narrow window right in the center of the triangle where the roof meets at the top of the house. That's where we are. Okay, and you kind of have to duck down a little bit to walk around. Uh, all over the floor, the first thing I see are little 45 records, children's 45 records, with the punched out middle. Have you ever seen those guys? It's like all of these religious records. Jesus wants me for a sunbeam, all this crazy stuff all over the floor. I mean, scattered, and there's like a record player that's flipped over. And like that's one thing. There's dust everywhere. I remember there's a beam of light coming in from the window, and you could see the dust hanging in the air. And I got shivers. Like I got legit shivers being in there, because it was weird to see this child's records still there all over the floor. Okay. Uh, my friend Jason goes, "Hey Ethan, over here, look. There's a little cubby hole door. Okay, a little cubby door against the wall, and it has like a little tiny doorknob. He pulls it open, and it's big enough for us to crawl inside. All right. Inside, uh, it's pitch black, but a string hits me in the face. And I pull the string, and the light bulb, just a light bulb hanging there. And the light bulb comes on, and all over the walls of this tiny little room, all over the walls of this tiny little room, are crayon drawings of devils, and I can see handprints, brown handprints, little child's handprints, like they were pounding on the walls. And I saw Jason's like, "Look over here," and it just says "Go to hell" in red crayon, and all of these little stick figures. Some of them look like devils. This kid had been in this room drawing and drawing and drawing with these red crayons all summer long until he finally died. Voorhees 67, thanks for $2. Can we please debate horror movies sometimes? Yeah, I think we should. So anyway, yeah, that was weird. Booker T says, Ethan, you're looking real jack, baby. Thank you. Appreciate that. Crafting says, why did they lock him up there? Because they were dicks. They were terrible parents. They were arrested. He starved to death up there. And it was awful. It was awful. Later on, down in the basement, Jason's dad discovered a kind of cutout stonework wall, like a big. There was a stone door, and he jackhammered it out, and he found something else behind that wall that was absolutely crazy. That was another weekend. That was just something else, man. He was like, oh, look what I found. He moved like this whole dresser, or this whole rack away, and it had potted plants on it, like dead pots of plants. He moved that away. He was throwing that away, and he found a door. He found a door in the basement, and he spent all weekend taking care of that as well. He was something else. Jason's dad was really cool. And he just wanted to know his house. He wanted to know the history of his house. He knew. I mean, he knew that there was a kid up there that died. He knew it. And Jason started acting weird when he moved in there. And he was like, this was like when we were in sixth and seventh grade. It's me, so $2, thank you. And so began my love affair with pie. Yeah. Oh my God, who doesn't love pie though? Uh, Jason's dad was dating this woman named Donna, and she would come over, and sit over, watch movies, down in the basement or down in the living room, do whatever they're doing. Jason started acting real weird when they moved into that house. Nick Zona Trash says for $2, was there cream pie up there? No, I wish there was. I wish there was. I'll just leave it. We'll talk about it another time. You guys want to talk about pie? Yeah, it's good. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, uh, how's Jason acting weird? All right, so Jason started sleepwalking when he lived there. Jason got everything he wanted. We were so poor growing up. So Jason getting like his own like his bedroom. They're like, what color do you want to paint the room? And Jason's like black and red. And his dad painted his room black, the walls black with like red trim, because he was just into heavy metal and shit. And when we were kids, we were all like 12, 13, 14 years old. We listened to Anthrax, Metallica, Iron Maiden. So he wanted his room to be like blood and death. Anyway, Jason started acting real weird. His dad was watching a movie with Donna downstairs, and Jason slept walked down the stairs, uh, and stood in front of them, and kind of was lilted to one side. All of this like has really influenced me and the way I draw and stuff when I think about some of this stuff. And he lilted to one side, and he reached out his hand, and he said, "He is coming soon," and then just stood there with his hand out. And Jason's dad was totally freaked out. He and Donna, they just stood there for a long time, and then kind of picked him up and put him back in his bed. It was like he started sleepwalking and just saying, like he is coming soon, over and over to his dad when he was down there with his girlfriend. Uh, it was weird. Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's. Uh, yeah. EVS, can you read me a bedtime story? Your voice is amazing. PS, can you bring pie? Says MP Captain Ruby. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. All right. So we'll get back to this. What was in the base? Oh, the basement. All right. So here's the basement. Gojirified, thanks for $2. He is in your basement now. That would be something. Nathan Dortmund says EVS got haunted by a fat ghost. Mark C, thanks for $5. Been a while since you did a stream with just you in the audience. Didn't realize I missed it. Cool story. All right, so Jason's dad, Jason came over and said, "Hey, my dad found a door in the basement, and he's digging it out right now. It was kind of cemented shut, and the house was more than 100. Well, it wasn't more than that. It was about 100 years old at this time. Now it's more than 100 years old. And anyway, so he got a jackhammer and he dug out this big stone door, and he opened it. And again, it was really tight and really narrow. Two steps going downwards, and make it with a sharp left-hand turn. Stone walls. Holy shit, it's a bomb shelter. Okay, like this is a bomb shelter straight out of like 1954. And the floor was filled. The floor, I mean, it had like 6 or 7 inches of water in it, I remember that. So Jason's dad, and by the way, so he didn't go around. He wouldn't go around the corner. He didn't know what there was. He didn't know if he was gonna if he was gonna take a step and then fall into a big opening chasm. So he hired a pump, and he pumped all the water out into the street. And I remember that. I remember like the big hose going into the street from the back of the backyard. And then when it was finally empty, he took a flashlight in there, and it was, you walk down 2 steps, you take a sharp turn to the left, and then another turn to the left, and you're in this room that's about 9 feet by 9 feet, and there were children's toys, like children's toys from the 1950s and 60s all around, like they've been floating in the water. These toys have been legit floating in the water, like a telephone with a smiley face. I remember a plastic telephone with a smiley face floating in the water. And I remember a boat, a little sailboat, and this 9 by 9 room. Why did it have kids' toys in it? Like, what the hell, dude? Why did it have kids' toys in it? Why? Yeah. Heather C says she remembers this story. I did tell it before. Why did it have kids' toys in it? I really don't know. Did they put that kid down there? Did they put that kid down there before they decided to put him in the attic where he died? And then why did they cement it shut? You're right, Margaret Miracle. Harry Bergeron, thanks for $4.99. No joke, my son, when he was like 9 or 10, sleepwalked down our stairs and laughed in the most creepy and maniacal way, just laughing and laughing. Yeah, it happens. Those the sleepwalking stuff definitely happens. Critias, thanks for $5. My uncle was like that. He had his room painted black, posters of vampires, werewolves, demons. One day the demons tried to throw him out the window. TS. Yeah, definitely. You gotta be careful with these demons. Yeah, it is unsettling. Well, I wonder if I could find a picture of the house. It's probably online somewhere. If we walk down the street, let me see. Maple. You can see my old house too. Maple Terrace in Merchantville. New Jersey. Bagel Goose, thanks for $2. Maybe they had 2 kids. Wouldn't that have been weird if we found a skeleton down there of another kid? That would have been freaky. 136 Maple Terrace. I can't remember what his address was. What the hell was Jason's address? We were 133 Maple Terrace. My brother Noah just put out a book about our house. He did a comic book called 133 Maple Terrace or something. The story of our childhood. He always talks about having seen ghosts too right outside of Jason's house. He said he saw a little girl. No, it was a little girl. He saw a little ghost of a girl down, Weird. 666 Maple Terrace? No, I don't think so. If we were 133, he would have been like 120, something like that, I would think. Yeah. Strange Magic says, stop playing with the darkness. Bye-bye now. Did I freak you out? I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't, you guys told me to keep telling stories. Just Google Maps, drive down the street. All right, let's see. Google Maps. Google Maps. Am I going to dox myself? They're not going to. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I don't give you my address. Yeah, you never know. This is how stupid things happen. It's not like most of you could come over my house if you wanted to. Some of you could. All right, so how do I go to let me see here. No, I don't want to drive there. I just want to see it. Nurkish says that was fun. Critias, thanks for $5. EVS, were you possessed by the Entenmann's ghost? It makes sense. Be careful. I hear if you say Granny Smith 3 times, pies come out of your mirror. Well, if that were true, I would have figured that out by now. Uh, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to find it. Like, I don't know how to do that, like, walk down the street kind of thing. Nurkish is the Montel Williams of Comicsgate. He is. Uncle Ethan, can you tell gray aliens to stop staring at my windows at night? They should get their own TV. Gray aliens, stop it. All right, I don't want to have to tell you again. Knock it off. Corona, thanks for $1.99. Luke Skywalker is a ghost now. They're all ghosts. They're all ghosts. Everyone's a ghost. The end of the Star Wars like Luke Skywalker saga should just be everyone's a blue ghost, and then they just start over again. That's stupid. Why is everyone a Force ghost? One of the main themes of The Last Jedi hinges on the parents being nobody. The message that a hero could come from anywhere and isn't defined by their past was one of the greatest ways to celebrate the franchise's 40th anniversary. Episode 9, director J.J. Abrams has already stated that The Last Jedi isn't influencing his next film, so the odds of him retconning anything Rian Johnson did in Abrams produced are slim. All right. Ray's parents are actually J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson. That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. No, I think that I think Mara Jade. It's got to be Mara Jade. It's got to be Luke and Mara Jade. Vicky Rowe says, "Is this where the bomb shelter song came from?" Yeah, Vicky Rowe. When that bomb shelter that we found really stuck in my imagination for a long time. Bagel Goose, thanks for $2. Yeah, Luke's a ghost of his former self. Amen. That bomb shelter song, I always think about that bomb shelter, and I always think I wish I could move into a house with a bomb shelter in it that was dug out in the 1960s. I just think bomb shelters are awesome. That bomb shelter was not awesome. That bomb shelter was the opposite of awesome. It was a 9-foot by 9-foot stone room with no lights, no electricity, just water on the floor and toys, children's toys floating around in it. It was creepy as hell. Marcin Sikowski, thanks for $5. Spin-off Star Wars Soy Story, The Ghost Force World. Yeah, why not? Let's go see. Well, it could be like that. It could be like not Paranormal Activity. What are those movies where you go to the other side and you see what the ghost world looks like? That picture is kind of hot. You're right. It was to punish, says Jesse Miller. Sounds like pure fucking evil. Yeah, it was. That might have been it. It might have just been a punishment room. It wasn't a bomb shelter at all. Insidious. The Insidious movies. What if that's what it was? Like, because I don't think anybody would want to survive down there. They had that room down there to punish kids. How fucking weird is that? Gatoro Hanzo, thanks for $5. Give Auntie A $12 because you missed 2 of my super chats over the last couple of streams. My super chats are for her now. Gatoro Hanzo, it's all for her anyway. You don't understand what it's like to be married. Having said that, I am sorry for missing your super chats, and I am trying to keep up with super chats, as you can see, and I'm reading them live. I'm reading them live as they're coming in. Coronas, thanks for $1.99. Will we see Force Ghost Han Solo? Well, yeah. I think we should. I think we should see Force Ghost Han Solo because we'll find out that he is Force sensitive. Of course. Marcin Sapowski, thanks for $2. Have you ever considered to record an audiobook? I would do it. But you know what? The audiobook would have a lot of, yeah, in it. You don't realize the way that you talk until you start, like, doing a lot of live streams and recording a lot of videos. Then you just realize, oh my God, I say, yeah, a lot. I say, yeah, a lot. Way too much. Let's see. Simon Oliver, thanks for $2. House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, also The Last Jedi. Those are scary movies, man. House of 1,000 Corpses freak me out. And so Devil's Rejects is pure evil. It's pure evil. Those movies, and I will say this, and this is going to be the most controversial thing I've ever said. I prefer Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I prefer them. And the reason why I prefer them is because they actually have a story that makes sense. They're detailed, they're vicious. Golden Dragon 222, thanks for $2. I think no Ghost Solo. I know everyone got mad at me when I said that. I said I like All right, now I'm getting told to F off. All right, I Rob Zombie is a nice guy. I'm sorry, I like it. Don't unsub. Come on. Critias $2. That's not nice. Cecil and Nurkish are not evil. No. People are unsubbing left and right. I'm just being honest with you guys. I like the Rob Zombie Halloween. Well, I like the first one. I don't. The second one, I don't know. Second one, I don't know about. But the first one, I stand by. I no. Oh my God. People are unsubbing left and right. It's ridiculous. Some people aren't hating. Some people are hating. Some people are viciously hating. They don't like it. And all right, look. Vile Ned says such bad taste. I disagree. I'm telling you, I have good taste. I have good taste in movies. I refuse to. No, well, you guys can't peer pressure me into saying that Halloween is better. No, those movies aren't good. Yeah, and Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses is good, though, somebody says. Well, I don't understand how you can like that and not like what I'm saying. Yeah. I liked it. Yeah, they're just. I mean, you watch that original Halloween movie. Go watch it again and stop it. Stop. You know, so many people watch things and they just go, "I'm supposed to think this is good." Go watch it again, just with an open mind. You know, you'll be like, "This is boring." Colonel Comics, thanks for $2. Unsubbers deserve nothing but the Legion's wrath. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you know, they probably deserve a slice of pie with ice cream. Pie with ice cream. House of a Thousand Pies. Now you're talking. I can't eat anything else tonight. I'm not allowed to eat anything else tonight. I can't have any pie. I can't have nothing. Dick McJackass, thanks for $2. Heard you hate Halloween. You hate costume sex as well? Costume sex. What's costume sex? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what costume sex is, but I don't like. No, I don't like those Halloween. I have them all. I have every Halloween movie. I just don't think they're very good. Human Centipede. Can you imagine? Yeah, I know. Bagel Goose, thanks for $2. The Baker's Rejects. Well, all right. So slasher movies. I ride with EVS and Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Thank you, KR Companion. Hell yeah. Sex is a costume, you dummy. Sex in a costume, raving lunatic. You put sex is a costume and then you called me a dummy. Sex is not a costume. You mean sex in a costume. Yeah. All right, we'll debate horror movies around Halloween. I do have my own taste in horror movies. I love zombie movies. And I've already said, I've explained my theory. You guys know my theory about politics and horror movies and sci-fi, right? And it's absolutely true. I started making the video, but then I didn't finish it. I think I got the video up to, did I get it up to Bill Clinton? All right, here's my theory about politics, American politics. Hold on a second, let me glug. My theory about American politics and horror sci-fi. Now, you can always tell. Okay, you can always tell what is more popular. You can tell like who's going to win an election or who's going to get a decision handed to them politically based on what's more popular in the culture at any given time. Starting in 1968, this only applies from 1968 forward, okay? Because that's the birth of the zombie movie. Night of the Living Dead, zombies and werewolves. Zombies and werewolves are Republicans. UFOs, space aliens, abduction, outer space. Okay, that's all one category. And then vampires are Democrats. All right. So, and this is true. I actually started making a list of the next thing. All right, so let's talk about it. 1968, after a long Democrat rule, Richard Nixon wins the presidency. Night of the Living Dead comes out. Night of the Living Dead, first zombie movie. You guys could just watch that video. You guys could just watch that video. But all through the 70s, when you got Jimmy Carter, as soon as Jimmy Carter becomes president, you've got Superman. He's an alien, the Superman movie. You've got Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, all during his presidency. Uh, you know, uh, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, UFOs. That's all Democrats, okay? Um, Vampires are Democrats. That's correct. Are you guys following? All right. I'll keep talking. I'm not going to look at the chat. I'll read the super chats in a little bit. Just let me talk, okay? And then you guys can make fun of it if you want to until you realize that I am exactly right. At which time it will hit you like a bolt of lightning. Boom, like that. You'll be like, "Oh my god. Uncle Ethan's exactly right." 1980, President Reagan wins an election in a landslide against Jimmy Carter. Republicans take over all through the 1980s up to 1992. It's Republican rule. And what were the movies? Aside from a few flukes, aside from a few little things, you had a couple of vampire movies that were of substance, but for the most part, the 1980s were nothing but Romero's Day of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead, that whole series. Wolfen happened in 1980. So did The Howling. Michael Jackson's Thriller was actually the biggest thing in 1983. That video had werewolves and zombies, right? So both of them. That's totally Republican. Let's see, werewolves. The Howling series ended. The Howling series ended in 1992, I believe. Even that's what's so amazing about it. Uh, Zombies. Evil Dead 2. We could go on and on and on and on. Okay. Dr. Meatball says, okay, the biggest movie of the early 80s was E.T. I understand that. I understand that there are, I understand. I'm not saying that those movies didn't exist. I'm not saying that there aren't. Teen Wolf. Thank you. Teen Wolf. Absolutely. American Werewolf in London. Keep them coming. I mean, they're all over the place. I'm not saying that there were no alien movies. I'm not saying there were no vampire movies. I'm saying that the thrust of what was popular in the 1980s was Bill Clinton became president. Suddenly, there was Dracula. Suddenly, Poppy Z. Bright books became popular. Anne Rice, Interview with a Vampire. As for UFOs, X Files, and all conspiracy theories about it being abducted by UFOs, that was in 1993 that started. Books like people all talking about being abducted by UFOs. Interestingly enough, Democrats are in the White House and people are fantasizing about being anal probed by aliens. The anal probe happened in the 1990s. I mean, it's unreal. Think about all through the Clinton presidency, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Trinity, that vampire TV show that was on, right? What else? Independence Day, aliens, that's correct. Keep them coming. They're all over the place. Not only that, George Lucas fixes his Star Wars movies during the fixes, quote unquote, during the 1990s. Fire in the Sky, absolutely. Blade the Vampire Hunter, Angel. Now, Contact. All of the you guys are doing it. You guys are coming up with it. You're seeing it. You're seeing the outline. Now, Underworld comes out. All right, the Underworld movies come out right when there is a question about whether or not Bush or Gore won the election. Soon it becomes clear that George Bush is the winner. Everything gets canceled. Buffy the Vampire Slayer canceled. X Files canceled. There's no more vampire shit. No more vampire shit for a long time because suddenly now it's Dawn of the Dead. It's 38 or 28 days later, 28 weeks later. It's Walking Dead as a comic book, etc., etc. It is Prison of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Resident Evil, Fido, After Sundown, crazy stuff, right? I mean, it just everything is zombies. The zombie craze happens in a big way during the Bush presidency. Vampires go away until Barack Obama becomes president. Now, here's how I knew Barack Obama was going to win. I knew Barack Obama was going to win in 2007 when I found out that they were bringing back the X Files for a movie. The X Files Fight the Future or whatever it was came out in 2007. Or that's no, it didn't come out in 2000. It was previewed for 2007. I was like, something's happening. Something's happening. The Democrats are coming back. Twilight, brand new vampires, just like a brand new breed of Democrats, but they're super femme. They're super effeminate, just like Barack Obama. You had True Blood on TV. Yeah. Let the Right One In. Okay. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Did I use a whiteboard for this? Yeah, I had stuff all pinned down. I had like everything pinned down. Fright Night. Yeah, the Fright Night remake came out. You could just go on and on. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. That was interesting. The Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer movie came out the weekend. This is amazing. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer came out the weekend that Obamacare was up for a vote. Okay, so I was sitting there watching. I was like, oh my God. All right, so if Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer gets good reviews and is a hit, then Obamacare is going down because it's Abraham Lincoln, Republican, and he's slaying vampires, symbolically Democrats, right? Okay, the movie was a bomb. Obamacare passed. That's right. That's how it worked. Walking Dead, Frankenhooker. And that's how, I mean, that it really is amazing. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. If you look at it, you can tell the mood of the electorate by what is more popular at any given time. One of the two things. Now, I haven't been following this since Trump. I'm not sure how this applies to Trump, except that, you've got The Last Jedi, which is worrisome. The Last Jedi is the worst Star Wars movie ever. Solo bomb. It kind of presages the death of the Democrat Party, if you think about it. Yeah. Well, Frankensteins are zombies, Sly Marbo. Frankenstein is a zombie. So if it's a Frankenstein movie, that counts as a zombie. Yeah. Dracula Dead and Loving It happened during Clinton's presidency. I made a whole video about this. Well, I didn't finish it. Let me see if I can dig it up real quick and I'll show it to you because it actually is pretty good. And I only got to the year 2000. And I meant to keep going, but it was so much work, like putting together this one video. And then I put it together and nobody watched it. So I was like, maybe I won't finish it. Nobody seems to care about this theory. And it really is a good theory. Like, it's super entertaining. And the more you look into it, the more you find that it's true. And also, if you're watching it real time, it can predict political results, like down to the minute. Like, what is happening, what decision is going to happen, Supreme Court, blah, 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 all that stuff. You can use my vampire and zombie theory to predict it. Like, look, here's the bad news. Walking Dead is dying. Walking Dead is dying. If you're a Trump supporter, that's not a great sign. The fact that Walking Dead, here's what it means. Walking Dead has like another couple of years before it dies. That kind of means that Trump may not be reelected or that he's going to lose Congress. He's going to lose Congress in 2020. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It sucks. So because it sucks, that means bad things for Republicans. Okay, here we go. You want to see this video? This is one of my earlier videos, though, guys. So might be a little hokey. All right, let's see. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I'm Ethan Van. Why is it upside down? The political mood of the United States of America seems to be determined and forecast by what's more popular in horror and science fiction at any given time. I've noticed this. It's very strange. When the country's in a democratic mood, they want aliens and UFOs and vampires, but when they lean Republican, they have an insatiable hunger for zombie movies and werewolves. And this all started, for some reason, in 1968. Oh my, yes, the late 60s. The hippies were in bloom. We still had 2 more years before Charles Manson put an end to their movement, but everybody was angry about something. Everybody was involved in some kind of mass movement. There was anti-nuclear, environmental, hippie. Everybody was opposed to the war in Vietnam. There was women's lib. And crucially, there was the civil rights movement. America was at a boiling point. It even got to the point where on April 4th, they murdered Martin Luther King Jr. Terrible. And then shortly thereafter, on June 5th, they even killed RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr., brother of John F. Kennedy. We didn't think it could happen. Nobody thought it could happen, and the war in Vietnam raged on, much to everyone's displeasure, including this man. America had moved on beyond the democratic liberal politics of Lyndon Baines Johnson. Even he was sick of himself. He decided he would not run for re-election, which was fine by everyone, because on October 1st, 1968, almost as if in reaction to this, the zombie craze was born. Night of the Living Dead, directed by George A. Romero, was completed on a $114,000 budget and made over 250 times that in profits, $18 million internationally.
Nixon goes over the top with 287 electoral votes. He needed 270 to win, and that seems to be the 1968 election.
And of course, in answer to that, a Republican took the White House.
I saw many signs in this campaign. Some of them were not friendly.
Of course not, but from then on, the popularity of zombies was always a good sign for the Republican Party. You can't tell me this video isn't awesome. So maybe you heard some sketchy things about President Nixon. He was an imperfect man, but he did do some good things. He went to China, and he had Elvis Presley over to the White House to go through some swatches of shag carpeting to do the walls and ceiling of the Oval Office. Would have looked totally bitchin'. I won't say that the zombie genre did great under Nixon from there, but some good movies did come out. Movies like The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue and Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, great title, and Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, another good title. But it wasn't good enough for the American people, and Nixon was shortly brought down by a scandal called, I think it was called Gamergate, while Democrats watched from the wings, waiting for their chance. Look at my Democrats. This great man humbly apologized.
I have never been a quitter. To leave office before my term is completed is abhorrent to every instinct in my body. But as president, I must put the interests of America first.
True, but zombie movies stumbled under President Gerald Ford, not to recover again for years.
Good evening. Shortly before dawn, Jimmy Carter reached the end of his improbable 2-year, half-million-mile political quest and won the presidency. Late in the morning, President Ford conceded Carter's victory.
As peanut farmer Jimmy Carter seized the presidency and power in his tyrannical iron fist, the American people longed to be anywhere but here. A long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. They waited, hoping for a conquering alien army to invade and destroy them, or perhaps even a friendly alien who would come down and show them the way, who would save them. There was no respite from these fantasies the American people were having of UFOs, and who could blame them? This man was the only president to ever actually claim to have seen a UFO. With gas shortages, the American people could only dream of going anywhere but here. In 1978, though, some hope shone. George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Hell yeah. Shown the first zombie movie of substance to coincide with some small gains in the Senate during the midterms. But the Democrats held on to power, and Jimmy Carter didn't care. He didn't care how the American people were feeling. He brought Mork and Mindy and Battlestar Galactica to television. Oh, but there was hope on the horizon. A shining city on the hill. A shining zombie city on the hill awaited us all in the form of this man, and the future would be bright again. Hell yeah! You can't tell me that isn't awesome. The greatest decade of all, thanks largely to this man becoming our president.
Place your left hand on the big Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States. That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
Some were less happy. Eat it. But normal Americans were thrilled, and all they wanted were zombie movies. And by the way, bring on some werewolf movies too now, because Republicans made them want to see werewolves. That's cool. Michael Jackson helped out with that with his brilliant music video, Thriller. His groundbreaking video included zombies and werewolves. And if you just wanted werewolves, you had plenty to choose from. There was Wolfen, there was the Howling series that went all the way up to Howling 6 in 1991. There was Full Moon High. There was the Teen Wolf movie series, Teen Wolf 1 and Teen Wolf 2. There was an American Werewolf in London. There was Silver Bullet. There was plenty to go around. If you just wanted the zombies, you had no shortage of choices there either. Day of the Dead was the third in George Romero's zombie series. You had Evil Dead, and you had the groundbreaking Evil Dead 2. You had the return of the Living Dead franchise, amazing comedy horror. You also had Army of Darkness, which was the third in the Evil Dead franchise. You had City of the Living Dead, and you had Pet Sematary, kind of a zombie movie, and The Reanimator. The 80s were all about werewolves and zombies. Now, there were a few vampire movies as well. There was Fright Night and Lost Boys and Near Dark, and those were amazing vampire films. But they were kind of the exception to the rule. More vampires were coming right around the corner.
Then he gave us the second biggest tax increase in American history.
And with that came the 90s, almost like it was George Bush's fault. Americans were tired of taking responsibility. They saw Republicans as daddy, keeping them down, placing the blame on them. They wanted a slick seducer, someone who would tell them that it wasn't their fault. They were being screwed by powerful people who weren't paying their fair share.
Everybody's affected by the debt. Because of the tremendous interest that goes into paying on that debt, everything's more expensive.
No, wrong answer. Some people were more affected by the death than others, and they wanted their pain felt. And those fat cats who weren't paying their fair share, it was about time we got someone in the White House who would bleed them dry. And then an interesting thing started to happen. We started to want to be lied to, as long as we were in on those lies, and knew they were lies.
I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it. Didn't inhale, and never tried it again.
Ha ha ha, he is lying about smoking weed. Insane in the membrane. So of course we made him our president. Pop culture reacted in two different ways. First of all, they reacted with a slew of awesome vampire movies, which represented our desire to be seduced by bloodsuckers. We had great movies, starting with the wonderful Bram Stoker's Dracula, An Interview with a Vampire, Vampire in Brooklyn, Innocent Blood, Blade, From Dusk Till Dawn, and then the sequel, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original movie, and then also an ongoing TV show, John Carpenter's Vampires, Sleepwalkers, Dracula, Dead and Loving It, even parodies, Love Bites, Bordello of Blood, and then a sequel to Blade, Blade 2. Kindred, The Embraced, a popular vampire TV series that was running during the 90s. And then there was also Shadow of the Vampire, starring John Malkovich, about the very first vampire movie, Nosferatu. Then, out of the blue, Dress.
Whitewater Counsel Kenneth Starr has been granted permission to expand his investigation. He will be looking into new allegations that President Clinton had an affair with a former White House intern and then urged her to lie about it.
No problem. It was all part of the culture. In the 90s, we liked to be lied to. We liked to be lied to that we were being lied to. We had a very popular ongoing TV show called The X-Files that basically let us know that the government was hiding an alien colonization scheme from the American people. We love that. We also listened and believed people who told us they were abducted by UFOs and probes were put into their anuses. That became a big part of our culture. Also, there were movies like Men in Black that let us know that the government was working with aliens and keeping it from the American people using little flashlight guns. Finally, Mars attacks. Just kill us, aliens. Put us out of our misery. And so the Clinton years began with a very popular Dracula movie and ended with another Dracula movie. Was it quite as popular? No, not at all. Time for a change. Or was it? I gotta finish this series. That was great. It's good to be me. That was fun. I haven't watched that since I did it way back when. I did forget Independence Day. You're right. You're right. Interesting. What did you guys think of that? Do you believe me? Am I right? Yes, it's published. Let's see. It's called, let me give you the title of it if you want to go back and watch it. It's called Elections Are Predicted by Vampires and Aliens. So if you want to go back, just look up Elections Are Predicted by Vampires and Aliens, and you'll find it. You can watch it again. Yeah, I know. Golden Dragon 222, thank you for $20. Appreciate that. The NFL is easier to do. 2000 AFC 1, Bush president. 2004 AFC 1, Bush again. 2008 the NFC Super Bowl, Obama won president. In 2012 NFC Super Bowl again and Obama again. In 2016 AFC 1 Super Bowl and Trump is president. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I'll do it for the History Channel. That sounds like something we could do for the History Channel. I'm wearing my tinfoil hat. James S., thanks for $1.99. This is awesome. Oh, thank you. Mark C., thanks for $5. Good news, Uncle Ethan. Max Landis is remaking American Werewolf in London. All right, so that bodes well for Trump. Joe Marone, thanks for $5. Okay, this theory needs to be a comic miniseries. JP Got Rockets, thanks for $2. Zombies are over, dinosaurs are next. Yeah. Golden Dragon 222, $5. You can do the same thing with the NFL. NFC is Democrat, AFC is Republican. It's 75 to 100% accurate. That's crazy. Richard Lewis, $2. 130 Maple Terrace, maybe. Joseph Kerwin, thanks for $2. Ethan's taking Sticks Hexenhammer's gimmick, which is what? What does he do that's the same? Antoine Dennison, thanks for $1. Appreciate the donation. Dick McJackass, $2. Would you F me in a Cecil costume? No homo. No. Jethro Fox, thanks for $5. Why are Ray's legs spread open in the Snoke scene? Is she going to have baby Snoke? I hope not. Marcin Sapolsky, thank you for $2. Ray deserves to be locked in an attic. Yeah, definitely. Young Dark Vader, $2. Sent you an email. Read it when you get a chance. I will. Break All Day, $1.99. When you wear your XXXL shirt during sex. Yeah, well, I mean, it's comfortable. What can I tell you? Joe Marone, thanks for $5. I believe you. It's all in the Time Life Books miniseries of the Unknown. Interesting. If there's Fox, $5. The Christopher Lee Dracula Hammer film movie series started in 1958. The following election, Nixon would lose to JFK. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, it might, it might, there might be some parallels there, but there's no zombies. That's the problem. I mean, there's no zombies. There's very little werewolf stuff happening. Then horror movies, it was really all about giant insects and science fiction. Back then, there just wasn't as much horror stuff in the 50s and 60s. So, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. But I wanted to tell you guys that I love you. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching my live stream with me. Thank you for being here and putting up with the silliness. I'm going to we're going to do Comicsgate Live tonight. Okay, we'll do Comicsgate Live. Let's see, Golden Dragon 222, thanks for $2. Oh, and Zombieland 2 coming out soon. That's reassuring too. Thank you for saying Hail Caesar. I love you guys too. I'm not eating any pie. I put together a perfect day today. Perfect day. Thank you, Bobo, for sharing my documentary. I do need to finish it. I started taking notes, as you can see. I found my note card. I was like, oh, look at this. These are all the zombie movies that, And here's some. I started putting it together for the next decade, but I just never got around to it, and nobody watched it. Look, it has 1,773 views. I was like, people aren't watching this. Maybe I'm not going to finish it. But maybe now people will watch it. Also, okay, so I'm going to do Comicsgate. I'll have some rather cool people on with me tonight. I'm going to see if I can get Chuck Dixon, and we will do. Heather C says it needs a new title. Yeah, what should the title be? Yeah, give me a hand with that. That would be helpful. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for all the super chats. Another one. Marcin Sizkowski, thanks for $2. Ray is Pando Lando and some robot ho kid. Now that sounds reasonable. That sounds about right. All right, guys. I'll see you in an hour or so. Okay. All right. Bye.